All right, welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition. This is episode number 44, and I'm going to get to the topic right away here so I don't forget it. The topic is, it's only by challenging us to do more that we can get closer to our best. It's only by challenging us to do more that we can get closer to success. Anyway, so I wanted to put that out there right away because I've done about 3 or 4 takes at the beginning of this video. And it's a long title, and I wanted to get it exactly right because I'm basically quoting the end of a video I did a response to earlier today in regards to that controversial Gillette video that people have been talking about through social media lately. If you're not aware, Gillette released a video in regards to, trying to get men to be the absolute best they can be. Kind of reminded me of those old Army commercials. Be all that you can be. Get an edge on life in the Army. You remember those commercials? They were pretty good. They were pretty catchy. I loved them. And, there's been a lot of scrutiny in regards to this video, primarily from men. And I'll be quite frank with you to start off this video. I'm pretty disgusted by it. Because I really don't think all men feel the same way. I just feel the men that actually agree with what Gillette did are not speaking out. I'm going to be one of the first that does. If you have not had a chance to check out the video I did earlier today, where I pretty much dissected the approximately minute and a half long video or commercial or whatever you want to call it that Gillette put out, check it out. I shared my thoughts and feedback on it, and I'm going to continue sharing more about it here within my daily walk video because I've already received some responses, from some people. I basically mentioned that I felt it was a very well done video. I felt that, the message Gillette was trying to put out there was more so trying to help men than hurt men, especially help our young men that are growing up in pretty much a new world. And quite frankly, like I also mentioned, even for a guy like me that's 45 years old, the world has changed. And it's been a struggle even for me to navigate through this and understand and accept these changes that have primarily stemmed from, modern day feminism. So I'm coming by an area here where there's some gardening work done. So pardon me, I'm going to try to blitz right through this. All right. So again, I just don't really understand why so many men have reacted to this the way they have. Just because Gillette mentioned #MeToo, toxic masculinity, bullying, that's one thing I failed to mention in my response video that I did earlier today, is the bullying. All of that is true. What part of what Gillette mentioned isn't true? Now, they're not saying that you in particular are doing it, but there are other men that are misbehaving in that way. And maybe some of you guys have misbehaved in that way, or you feel you should be allowed to behave in that way. You feel that's part of your freedom of speech. It's not. They're not taking away your freedom of speech. No, they're not. They're calling you out on what's actually happening. They're basically professionally calling men out on their behavior. Men like myself, other men in their 20s, maybe 30s, 40s, and 50s that have been behaving erratically because of all these changes. And they don't want our youth to go through all that. They don't want our youth to see these misbehaviors and replicate them. They want to give our youth the best possible shot of becoming a strong, independent man and making something out of themselves or himself. What is wrong with that? The video was very positive and very encouraging. Like I mentioned earlier, I honestly feel this has to do with conservative versus liberal values. Every single man that I've seen respond to this video that Gillette put out in a negative way has conservative views. I primarily have more liberal views. Now, I don't agree with all of the liberal views, but I do agree with some. And if you didn't hear me say this in my last video or before, I actually do value some conservative views, even though I'm not a conservative. But I also don't like some conservative views. I'm right in the middle. I could care less about the parties, to be honest with you. I care about what's right. But I'm more so seeing conservative men react to this, because I've noticed more so that conservative men tend to want to live more of a closed-off life. Conservative men, from what I've noticed, this is just what I've noticed. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is what I've noticed, that conservative men seem to have more introverted type of behaviors than extroverted behaviors. And extroverted people seem to be more shy, timid, and closed off. Maybe that's what's happening here. I am not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I come out and I say it as it is. But I just don't understand why. Why the response from many men to this Gillette commercial, which I felt was fantastic, why the response was so negative. It's almost like you don't want to take any ownership for any mistakes you've made. You want people to automatically forgive you without even coming out and admitting that you made some mistakes. And if you think you've never made mistakes, then you're not human. We all make mistakes. And we all learn from our mistakes. But the problem is with many men out there nowadays, they're so angry and bitter over what they've experienced in the past, especially with women, that they don't want to come out and take ownership of any mistake they made. They think they're right about everything. No one's always right about everything. People make mistakes. We're entitled to our opinions, and different people, go into things a different way. We're all unique. We're all different. Okay? But at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, no matter how good our intentions are. Now, I received some comments already on this response video I did earlier to the Gillette video. And one comment stood out, and I'm going to respond to it here right now to make a very strong statement. One of my subscribers or followers mentioned, do you realize by putting out that response video in the way you did in regards to the Gillette commercial that you're going to be labeled a cuck for the rest of your life? I gave him a brief response. What I basically said, I don't care. This is what I believe in. Okay? And if people don't like it, tough luck. Here's the thing. If you want to call me a cuck because I'm being honest and open with you, and my views are a little bit different, Okay? Then go right ahead. But let's look at it from a numbers standpoint. How many people are going to call me a cuck out of this? The people that have called me a cuck in the past as a game, as a joke? Okay? What, 10, 15, 20, 25 people from my former YouTube channel that still follow my stuff because they can't get enough out of me? Or get enough of me, which is what I'm trying to say. 25 people call me a cuck. Big fucking deal. Even if 25 people do a response video calling me a cuck, big fucking deal. YouTube has a broad audience. And there are people out there that are going to see this message that I'm going to reach. And it's going to resonate with them. Not everyone is going to agree with my message. That doesn't mean my message is wrong. You have your opinion. A lot of you guys in the mgtow community, and I have been focusing a lot of my energy on you guys because I spent a lot of time in that community last year and I built some great relationships with some people in there. There are some decent people that I met through mgtow, which is why I'm somewhat still participating. The rest of you that don't value my message, I don't give a shit. It's your opinion. So if you want to call me a cuck, who was this that made the comment? Gravy Baked Gill or something like that? If you want to call me a cuck or anyone else wants to call me a cuck, it's your freedom of speech. Go right ahead. I'll just ignore you. And eventually, if you do it too much, I'll just ban you and block you. The reason why I didn't handle myself once again in the way I'm handling myself right now on my former channel is because I was in a relationship and I made a mistake of bringing my girlfriend at the time on my channel. And I had to try to kind of balance both things out. Right now, I stand on my own, and I'm telling you guys directly, bring it on. Whatever you want to bring it on. But my message isn't only catered to you mgtow guys that don't believe in my message, that get off entertainment-wise by calling me a cuck. Call me whatever you want to call me. But here's the thing. I'm honest, raw, and real. I'm back out here showing my fucking face, and you're hearing my voice, and you know my name, and you know I'm real. And how do you expect me to validate anything that you say when I don't even know if you're a real person? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So, you know, I honestly think, gosh, there's a lot of noise everywhere today. Like, I think because it stopped raining, a lot of people are doing some cleaning in their front yards. They're blowing leaves. They're doing other things. I'm going to move over this way. Anyway, look. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Okay? Just because you don't like my opinion doesn't mean I don't love you or want you to participate in my arena. If you're a civil person that states your opinion in a respectful way, we could still be friends. We don't have to agree on everything to be friends. Look at Charles F. Gray and I. Charles F. Gray is totally anti this Gillette commercial. He's the guy I'm going to be doing, you know, my brand new show, Real mgtow Talk with. Too many distractions here today. There's like a bunch of dogs and barking and everything. Wow. Wow, it's crazy right now. The rain stopped and everyone's out at the park barking dogs, leaf blowers, just everything. So fucking distracting. But anyway, the show must go on. So Charles F. Gray and I get along. We don't agree on a lot of things. That's what actually makes our show good, and that's what makes our friendship even better. We respect each other's opinions, whether we agree with those opinions or not. Why can't the rest of you be like that? I can't force you to be anything that you don't want to be. Like I mentioned before, some of you are out here purely for the entertainment. You're entertained by me because there's no one else out there like me that puts out the content I put out in the way I put it out, as consistent as I put it out. If you had somebody better to watch on YouTube, you would do it. You would. I know it. That's human nature. We watch what's most interesting to us, whether we like it or not. And whether you like me or not, love me or hate me or whatever, you watch me because you're interested in what I'm going to say next. An example, Simon Cowell, who used to be on American Idol, who used to be the main judge on American Idol. When that show first started a couple decades ago, I believe it was, I hated his guts. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? But then I grew to love him because I realized that he made that show. He was entertaining, but he was honest at the same time. I'm kind of like the modern day Simon Cowell. I had the same attitude as he does. So you can cut that any way you want to cut it. I'm like the modern day Simon Cowell, where I'm going to speak my fucking mind and tell you exactly how I fucking feel. Whether it hurts your feelings or not, you need to hear the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Okay? But I know at the same time it's entertaining. Whether you think I'm cringy or genuine or whatever, that's up to you to decide. There are many different audiences viewing my videos. My videos are not just catered to mgtow. So for the 10, 15, 20 guys out there, that may call me a cuck because of the fact that I put out a positive response to the Gillette video, it's your choice. Make your response videos. Talk all the shit you want about me. All right? Do what you got to do. Doesn't bother me anymore. And you guys know it doesn't get to me anymore because I stand on my own right now. I have no one else to report to but myself. Wow, that sun is right in my face. The sun is starting to peek through the clouds, and I don't have my sunglasses on. I didn't think the sun was going to come out at all. Let's see if I can even show you that. See if you can even see that up there. Anyway. So here's the thing. I want all you guys out there that have an issue with that Gillette video to comment, to watch my video and comment on it and share with me exactly what you don't like about it in a professional, proper way. If you respond to me and say you're a cuck for saying that, you'll be banned and blocked immediately. Not because I can't handle having you around, because I want to have a serious conversation about this like mature, grown-ass men. Show me your maturity. Let's have a mature conversation about this, whether you agree with me or not. But I'll tell you something. If you give me a bullshit answer, I'm going to challenge you on it. I'm going to ask you for more details to your answer. Don't sit there and write a 2 or 3 word response saying it's bullshit or whatever. Tell me why you feel it's bullshit. Write me a detailed comment and tell me exactly why you don't like that Gillette commercial. What is wrong about it? And watch my response video first, because I go pretty much line by line through the video as I'm playing it to share what I think. Look, here's the thing, guys. And this video, again, is primarily catered to men, but women can learn something from this too, because you can learn about male behavior even through my videos, because I talk a lot about it. So my videos are catered to both men and women. Here's the thing, guys. Okay? I'm not happy with the way things are in the modern world today. But there's only so much I can control. And there are other things that are out of my control and out of our control as men. Why can't we all just focus more on controlling what we can control? Okay? And the things we can't control, let's not focus any energy on. If we don't like something about modern day feminism or this Me Too shit or whatever that we can't control, we can just ignore it. It's the best thing that we can do. But at the same time, we can't sit there and blame every single person out there, in this case, women. We can't blame every single woman out there for what other women have done to us in the past, or what other women are doing to other men that we hear about through this hashtag Me Too movement. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. You cannot hold something at a broad level against each individual because we're all individuals. It's not fucking fair. And that's what you guys are doing. You guys are judging the entire group of women to be exactly the same. Now, feminism has messed things up, even to the good women. I agree with that. But you can't sit here and tell me that there aren't any decent, reasonable women still left out there that deserve to still be judged just because they're a woman. You can't come out here and say that, just female nature in general is toxic. And when Gillette, basically puts out a commercial like this, it's belittling men. Listen, men have contributed to a lot of the behaviors of women. They have. Men have contributed to a lot of what women have responded to and revolted to. If they didn't, then why would women revolt? If there weren't still men out there sexually harassing women in the workplace or in general, or abusing women, why would these things need to be created by women? It's because we have a bunch of weak, pussified men out there. We have a bunch of emotionally weak and disturbed men out there that are selfish and inconsiderate of every other person's feelings, wants, and needs. And this just doesn't only go towards women. This goes towards other men they may be friends with. Many of you guys out there are not only selfish when it comes to dealing with women, but you're selfish in general, even when you're around other men. You're just a selfish, fucking narcissistic individual. You got to get over that. Because it's you guys that are ruining this for everyone. And again, many of you out there are saying, I'm going to stop purchasing products from Gillette. I'm going to boycott Gillette products. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of crap. Gillette's one of the best fucking companies out there that's created great products for men. And they did nothing wrong. And they would never put themselves in a position where they would piss off half of their male customers to stop buying from them. Even if some of you guys are thinking they're trying to cater more towards the feminine market. I'm just very disappointed. I'm very disappointed at the response that I've seen by grown-ass men when it comes to an incredibly well-put-together video like Gillette did. Very professional, and it made perfect sense. Very disappointed at how you guys are reacting to it. You're reacting to it like you're an emotionally unstable woman. That's how you're reacting to it. That may not be the most professional thing to say, but it's the truth. That's how you guys are responding to it. Because if you guys were strong men, you would realize that the purpose of their video was not to attack men. It was to help better men and to help our youth and to help our boys that are going to be our future men. What part of that don't you understand? I mean, I'm going to come out here and say, do we have a bunch of dumb men on this planet? Because the guys that just don't get it are just not the sharpest tools in the shed. And yeah, I know I've been talking a lot about certain men within the mgtow community that I feel aren't the sharpest tool in the shed. But I'm making it more broad-based now. Do we have a bunch of men on this planet? Are half the men on this planet not using their brain at full capacity? We were given an intelligent brain, an intelligent, logical brain. And instead of using it for logic and reasoning, we overreact to bullshit. You guys are overreacting to this Gillette video. And even if you guys are overreacting to it because, okay, you just hate women so much that you never want to deal with them again, you're a small minority of the men on this planet that still want to deal with women. Don't ruin it for the other men that want to have a fair shot of life or at life. I'm at a loss for words. I know I'm like rambling on and I'm ranting and raving over this, but it blows my mind away. It blows my mind away at how many men nowadays are acting like women, are acting like big fucking pussies. I keep saying it. Are responding more emotionally to this than thinking about it logically, because men are logical thinkers. Men are logical responders. We don't base our responses with emotion. We use logic and reasoning to process things, and then we respond to things, if we feel like it, in a professional and mature way. And then we may end up showing a little emotion afterwards, which is normal, but a lot of you guys react to it emotionally right away, and that's feminine behavior. The way you guys are going to react to my two videos today, the one I did earlier, the response video to the Gillette video, the controversial Gillette video, and this video, the way you guys immediately react to it is no different than women respond to things. Women respond to things emotionally based on how they're feeling at the present moment. Men will process things logically first and then come up with a response that makes sense with tact and respect that many of you guys don't have, because you guys aren't real men, in my opinion. If you overly react to everything emotionally right away, you get that triggered, then you're acting like a woman. If that's how you want to act, go right ahead. I just won't consider you a real true man. You're still a man biologically, but your behavior shows otherwise. You're behaving like a little fucking kid. And that's why I said in the past that in many cases, when dealing with some men, they behave more feminine than many women I know nowadays. I was asked by Traversable, I mentioned it in a video I did yesterday when I was responding to some comments, why do you prefer to go hiking with a woman than a man? Because, quite honestly, many men nowadays, they whine more than women do. And even if a woman was to whine a little bit, at least they get to see a cute piece of ass. That's just a figure of speech. I do respect women. But I get to be with a cute woman I can put my arm around and, be all lovey-dovey and kissy with. What's wrong with that? But if I'm going to go on a hike with a bitchy-ass male, because that's how most men are nowadays, because they can't take ownership for shit, I got to put up with his ass for 2 or 3 hours on a hike. I don't want to be out there in the woods with a bitchy-ass male friend. And, I have a lot of friends. And a lot of them want to go hiking with me and do things with me. But half of them the ones that are typically available are the ones that have nothing better to do because they're bitchy ass men and no one wants to be around them. I don't want to be around like I don't want to be around people like that, which is what I'm trying to say. The thing that irritates me the most about men in the modern world is when men lose their shit emotionally all the fucking time. Now, to be fair, I've lost my shit emotionally a time or two. I'm not saying it's not okay for a man to occasionally lose his shit emotionally. It happens. We're human. So I've lost my shit emotionally. After my last relationship, I was hurt. I lost my shit. The way I behaved last year on my former YouTube channel, I lost my shit many times. I learned from it. I worked hard on myself, and I became stronger, and I came back bigger and better. But many of you guys lose your shit emotionally all the time, every fucking day, and you get triggered by every little fucking thing, including many of the things I put out here that make logical sense. We need to help men become men once again. Men are being pussified. Women are kicking men's asses because they're being a lot more reasonable than men. It's the fucking truth. They're being a lot more reasonable than men. Women pay attention more. They study better. They focus more. They're more considerate, kind, caring, and loving. At least the good women. I know there are women out there that people refer to as thoughts. That hoe over there. And if you're a thought putting yourself online with sexy pictures just to get attention, I have zero respect for you. I'm talking about the real, normal women that don't do that kind of shit. There are still plenty of women out there like that. Women are getting further ahead because not only have they gotten their shit together, they're keeping their shit together. Women have learned to become more well-balanced than men. And maybe that's what's intimidating some of you guys. But it shouldn't. It doesn't intimidate me. I embrace that. If you have a well-balanced man and a well-balanced woman, that makes a well-balanced relationship, right? Or at least gives you a better chance of having a well-balanced relationship. Oh, hang on just one second here. I want to move by a few people. Yeah, the rain stops and everyone comes out. You guys just don't want to admit that women have surpassed men. I hate to admit it myself. But it's happening. And you know what? I'm not upset by it. I'm still doing the exact same things I would have done even if we were still living in a traditional world. It's not changing the person that I am or how I behave or how I react. I'm still the same man. Maybe that's why, it's hard for me to keep a relationship, because many women nowadays, even some good women or many good women, they still want you to conform completely to the way things are in this crazy modern world. I'm more of a traditionalist. I'm being true to myself. I'm not letting it affect me. But you guys out there are letting this affect you. And you don't want to do anything about it to better yourself. Just like the Gillette commercial's trying to do. The Gillette commercial, all it's saying is that, you know what? There are good men in this world, and maybe there are some men that aren't as good. But every man has the capability of becoming better. Even a man that would consider himself to be the best man on this planet can still always improve. There's always room for improvement, and that's all that Gillette was saying. And for you guys out there that misunderstood that and want to boycott Gillette because you don't know how to properly interpret a video like that and the purpose of it, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sitting here dissecting that video with logic and reasoning to back it up. Again, go watch my previous response video to Gillette, and you'll see all my logic and reasoning. You may not agree with it, and I'll tell you why you probably won't agree with it if you don't. It's because you're a man that's not thinking logically. You're thinking more emotionally. You're responding emotionally, which is not part of your natural masculine essence. You want to go ahead and respond to it like a woman would? Go right ahead. It's normal for women to respond emotionally in that way. No disrespect to women, but when a man is responding in that way, like a woman does, I had to sit down and question, man, do you still have a sack? Do you have balls? Have you checked down below lately to see if they're still intact? Maybe a harsh way to put it. I'm trying to be real, man. I'm trying to help you guys. You guys just don't fucking get it. And there are many guys out there like that, not just in the mgtow community. I'm seeing other conservative, channels out there on YouTube responding negatively to this Gillette commercial. Gillette never at one point mention what their stance is on any of the things they put in there. Hashtag #MeToo, toxic masculinity, bullying. They showed examples of what's happening. They didn't say what their stance is on it. Now, I also saw that there was a response by Gillette. I haven't seen that video yet. I think it was on the show Good Morning America. I have to go check it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll be updating this story tomorrow on my next Daily Walk if it doesn't rain, or an in-studio video. But Gillette wasn't out there sharing what their thoughts are about these particular things. They were just showing examples of what's happening out there. You guys don't want to see the truth. They put video out there showing you what's happening. You guys know what's happening. You just don't want to be called out on it. That's the thing. You don't want to be called out on the truth. And that's what Gillette did. All Gillette's saying is that, look, every man out there can't always improve no matter how good of a man they already are. And even to the men out there that are not doing things the right way, they can become better men. That's all they were saying in that message. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with that? Look, guys, I know there are a lot of selfish people out there in this world. There are a lot of selfish women out there in this world. That's one of the reasons why you guys are responding to things in this way. But there are also a lot of selfish men out there. And the way you guys are behaving sometimes are very selfish as well. You guys want things your way, but you're pissed off that women want things their way. Why can't we just create a happy medium and meet each other in the middle and end this stupid shit? Let's end this stupid shit. Let's end this battle of the sexes. And let's move on to tackling bigger and better things. We have bigger problems in this world to tackle than issues between men and women, or hashtag #MeToo, or toxic masculinity, or bullying, or anything like that. We have bigger issues to tackle. Our planet's fucking falling apart. It's not going to fall apart while we're here, but future generations might not happen down the road if we don't do something about it to protect it now. We have more issues with that, or more important issues like that, which is what I'm trying to say. But what do? We focus on this hashtag #MeToo bullshit, this toxic masculinity bullshit, this feminism bullshit, all this stuff. What I do out here is to try to help people navigate through this crazy modern world that we all live in by sharing with you what's actually happening out there, where other people are either trying to silence it or turn the cheek or whatever. Because when they silence you, when you talk about this, it helps benefit them in some other ways. But feminism, like I mentioned in the past, more so helps corporations and the government and the money that flows through the corporations and the government. Okay? They're not going to sit there and applaud you because you're right, because they know you're right. But if they applauded you and took a stance on it and started to change things, it would affect a corporation's bottom line, and the government would probably go bankrupt more so than it already is. The system is fucking rigged. All I'm trying to do is share with you guys, what I know and how to best navigate through this rigged system. And maybe one day the system can be fixed to where we're all honest and ethical. Part of the problem I have today in society is that pretty much no one out there anymore has any morals, values, and ethics. Pretty much most people out there are about what's in it for me, but they don't want to give to other people. When you give to others, it's the best fucking feeling in the world, especially when you give with no expectation. I come out here and I give each and every day high quality videos that take time to produce. I do these for free. And many of you ask me out there, well, you're not making money, or what if you don't make money and this and that? I don't care if I make money doing this or not. I make money in other ways. I enjoy doing this solely on the fact of enjoying helping people. Do I hope that this business takes off? Sure. But like I mentioned before, even if it doesn't, even if it fucking doesn't take off, I will continue to do it because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy sharing my stories. I enjoy removing all of the fluff and getting right down to the meat and potatoes. Now, some of you may say, well, you take forever to get to the point. No, actually, I don't. I just talk about a lot of different things within my videos. And I thoroughly explain everything. Where most people today just put TMI or, IMO, in my opinion, right? Or whatever. People will use acronyms, right? People will give you a short answer, and then it's like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Can you be more, I always say, can you be more specific? And then, they respond with another acronym, which annoys the shit out of me because, quite frankly, there are certain times where, a short answer isn't going to, allow that person you're talking to understand where you're coming from fully. People are short with their answers nowadays. Their attention spans are fucking shitty. Yet they complain about people not understanding them. It's kind of like, like our youth right now. A lot of them will complain that, I don't understand why, this person did this or that person did that. Well, did you talk with them? Yeah, what did you say to them? What did you say to them? And when they're talking it out with their parents or something like that, the parents find out that, you didn't ask straightforward what the issue was. You were too short with them. You got to be more detailed. People are not detailed nowadays. Sometimes a short response is not going to be enough to get your point across to someone. I'm all about details. I'm a detail-oriented person. And that's another problem in this world because, like I said, people's attention spans are shitty, right? They want it short and sweet because they have a ton of messages coming through. Let me tell you, I'd rather have 5 or 10 friends that I can have detailed conversations with and get to know these people inside and out than have thousands of friends that I barely know anything about. That's the way I choose to live my life. In today's day and age, it's all about a popularity contest. How many followers can I get on Twitter for putting a picture of my ass out there? Or for sticking my tits out there? Or for men, showing a six-pack out there? Seriously. It's the most ridiculous culture I've ever seen in my fucking entire life. It's so fucking ridiculous how it is. You're so fucking miserable and unhappy with yourselves, both men and women, young men and women, that you have to go out there and try to get attention by showing off your body. That's just terrible. That's like disrespecting yourself. And all this Gillette commercial is trying to do is basically try to normalize things once again. Gillette realizes we have issues. They probably have issues in their workplace. And maybe part of getting things back on track in their workplace was this project that included this video, which was great. All right? But honestly, for our youth, this Gillette commercial, to me, is a huge jumpstart in what I feel our youth needs to be successful or more successful than we've been. All they're saying is that the boys of today are the men of our future, right? Okay? And what we need to do is teach these men how to be men. Show them what real masculinity is, not toxic masculinity, because there is such a thing as toxic masculinity. Whether you like the fact I say it or not, there is toxic masculinity. There's also toxic femininity. There is a lot of bullying going on. There's a lot of hate and violence going on. Is that what we want to teach our youth? Or do we want to teach them old school traditional morals, values, and ethics? Because I don't give a shit if we're in the modern world and traditionalism is dead. Morals, values, and ethics, in my opinion, will always be something that's more important than anything, regardless of where our society goes towards in the future. Dig deep within yourself. If you don't have morals, values, and ethics, and you don't take those things into consideration when dealing with other people, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's sad. It's sad. Because people that are in a good place, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, have their shit together and are enjoying life in the way it was meant to be enjoyed, have morals, values, and ethics. People that are in a good place do not respond to things or overreact to things in the ways I've seen many people overreact, both men and women. But I'm more so mad about how men are overreacting, because it's more so expected for women to overreact because they're emotional creatures. Men, you are logical creatures. And the more overly emotional you guys act, the more of a turnoff it is, not only to me, but to other decent men out there. I don't want to be around men that can't hold their own shit together. It's annoying as fuck, and I'm tired of it. But I want to help the few people that may be open to receiving my help, that may be, in that situation where they are overly emotional And if you're open to my help, I can help you through my videos or through my coaching services or whatever. The problem is most people that are in that overly emotional state as a man are not open to anyone helping them. And until you can open yourself up to being helped in any capacity, no one can fucking help you. You can't even help your fucking self. So I'm at 50 minutes right now. I'm about to wrap this up. I know I kind of went on a rant today, but I really wanted people to understand how I'm feeling right now about the overreaction to this Gillette commercial. It's just really more so showing how many issues we have with men nowadays. Look, I'm not anti-man or anti-woman. I'm not here, being a feminist in disguise. I'm not a feminist. I am not happy at all with radical feminist behavior. But I'm also not happy with how some of the men are handling this immaturely and unprofessionally. That's not how men behave. That's not how real men behave. That's all I wanted to bring out to the forefront today. So let's see how many people I trigger with this video. How many of you guys out there are going to get emotionally triggered and prove to me that I'm right about everything I said in this video? Because the more that you respond to this video in a negative way, the more I know that I'm right and I'm calling you out. And I expect you guys to do that. And you know what? I'll sit behind the scenes quietly and watch you guys do your responses and all that, and I will get off on it. You can count on it. And that's how I'm going to end this video here today. With that being said, you folks all have a great day. It has not started raining. I'm going to try to do another 3 or 4 laps, go home and upload this, and call it a night. Have a good one, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Wow. Yeah, beautiful scenery.